Well, howdy. Here we are on a Wednesday night. Can you imagine that? How do we make it over here, babe?
I don't know. You did all the.
I did all the rigmarole and behind the scene kind of work and all that good stuff. So, but we're here Wednesday night. Dang it. On a Wednesday night, which is a good spot, I think, because it's a midweek prime time and we're still same time, just a different day. But it's all going to be good.
Night.
And it's Framily night. That's right. It's Framily night. So we'll just have to slide into it, work it, and go with it and see where it takes us. But yeah, I'm glad Pretty's even here with me tonight. So it's Pretty and Pooch.
Yeah, we're Framily, me and you.
Framily, all these other folks that are on with their channels and all. So, but of course, and I already know Jared decided to do a pop-up live, a premiere tonight, which that's okay. You know, these lives come back. You can watch the rerun or whatever, but that's just how it goes. And I don't blame you not one bit, but ain't no big deal. Ain't no big deal at all.
It is what it is.
Hi,
everybody.
It is. But it is our first one. So, you know, we'll deal with it and we'll keep going with it. So, but yeah, who all we got in here so far? Let's see, got 9, it looks like.
Yeah. TJ Homestead. Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good to see y'all folks.
Eileen, welcome to my kitchen. Piggy's Piddles. Dysfunction Junction Ranch.
Welcome in.
Hey, Southern Blessed Homestead.
Score one with the big guy.
MT Homestead.
MT Homestead. And Simply Jam. Kickapoo Crafty. All you folks are in here.
Oh, thank you, Kickapoo. She's trying to split her time between us and Survivor. I love Survivor. Absolutely love Survivor.
And of course, the dogs are out here with us, and they're always going to try to make some kind of racket. It never fails until either she is on a live conference call or we're in here doing this. That's when they like to make their noise. They'll sit there and be quiet until then. Gosh. But
Rick's Giovannucci, I may be mispronouncing that, but hello, welcome in.
That's right, welcome in. There's Piggy, unless you didn't catch Piggy already.
Piggy.
But I'm excited to be in this slot right here for Come On Homestead once said. You know, and those folks have built up quite a following. They have quite a channel. They have quite a couple channels, actually. And, you know, I'm nowhere near like their size and build of followers or content that they create. But, you know, that's an aspiring spot to get to. And moving into this spot, especially with the group that we're in, and I get to lead up for MT Homestead and Brian. 3 Mississippi was on right before us, and Possum Run Homestead was in here before us. And that's a great group to be in on a Wednesday night, Framily night. But again, for me, I was just excited to be able to slide into this spot and roll. Ain't no way I'm going to fill David's shoes, milkman of Come On, but who knows? We might get there one day. Got to keep chugging and plugging, and that's what we aim to do. And as long as I got Pretty here with me. Pretty can be in here, and I know everybody loves Pretty. Hey, that could be your saying. Everybody loves Pretty. Everybody needs
Everybody loves you, Pooch.
Everybody loves Pretty.
Brian, the Vineyard Farmhouse, he's here. Simply Jam. Did I already say hi to Simply Jam Homestead?
I believe we did.
Hello.
Treasure Rita's Hunter. Roost. There's there. Rita's Roost. But all you folks coming over here, again, we just appreciate it. And I guess Pretty and I, we just need to get after it and start doing a little bit more. And this is a motivation for me right here to get out here and do a little bit more. Whereas we wanted to sit outside and bring it to you, but time change and all, getting a little darker now, we got to set up some lighting and whatnot. But it'll be a future. Sitting by the porch or on the porch by the fire pit. Yeah.
That'll be nice.
That'll be nice. That'll be a good thing. And maybe a cool air and maybe roast some marshmallows and have hot chocolate. And all y'all should gather y'all's as well.
That's right. It'd be fun. We'd have
It
hot
sure
coffee
would.
together. So,
But
awesome.
but yeah, but Pretty and I had a pretty good weekend this weekend. We did a conference, and it was a mental health conference called Rise, and there was a lot of great speakers there. I was out manning and peddling our merchandise out there. Pretty was inside with our kids. You know, they attended some of the sessions and just had a good time. And there was a lot of good folks there. I was able to overhear some of it from my set point. And, you know, a lot of folks out there that struggle with mental health just need that outlet and encouragement from folks that were actually leading that, and to be able to talk and offer other services for them, you know, because it's a pretty rough world out there right now, especially after COVID. You know, people losing jobs, the resources are scarce and thin, but
loved ones.
Loved ones.
Yeah. There's a lot of, the cool thing I think about the conference was that it was put together by people that struggled with mental health, or have mental health struggles rather, some depression, some anxiety, some bipolar. And so it was put together by people that understand what it's like to struggle. And the amazing thing about the entire conference, not only the speakers who were really great, but that it was free. It was for men and women. They provided free childcare. We got a gift bag with shirts, and if you have anxiety, you got to pick some fidget toys. They had not humidifiers.
What are those sensor things? Sensing.
Sensory,
Aromatherapy.
Yeah, aromatherapy.
White noise
makers. It was awesome. And I think, and I sure do appreciate you being out there peddling our stuff.
Yeah, I was peddling.
Pretty good, you know.
I was like the peddler with a worn out suitcase sitting out there. Hey, no, we did do pretty good. Of course, we had some of our own stuff, but we also made some, or she had made and come up with some shirts for particularly this event. And amazingly, those things sold out. I don't know if you've seen her Facebook pages or not, where she's opened it up to take some other orders so we can order and make some more of those, because they went pretty quick.
It did.
And it was a good thing too.
It was a good thing.
But yeah, but like I said, we do sell some of our own merchandise, and that's something, I don't know, as of late, we've kind of been struggling through trying to revamp some of our stuff. I hadn't even really got any FBC stuff out there, which I do have requests for some of my own stuff, but I just got to get after it and get it done and send it off, you know, trying to work like a full-time madman like me, and then trying to do some of these YouTube stuff, and then knock out some of the orders that we do have for big quantity runs of shirts. It's tough. I mean, you get tired of jacking with some of that sometimes, and you're like, I just need a break.
Yeah, it is tough. Altruistic Farmstead, hello, welcome in.
Welcome in.
King Homestead.
Welcome in, sir.
Cool.
And then like tomorrow, you know, my dad, I have both my parents still, my mother and father, but my dad called me up and wanted to know if I could take him to the doctor tomorrow. And I knew that he was going, and we had asked him a couple of weeks back if I needed to take him. And he was like, no, Alita's going to take me and all. But so he calls me up, wanted to know, did you say you were going to take me? And I was like, well, no, Dad, I didn't. I offered to, but you said Alita was going to take you, which Alita is my stepmother. And of course, I'm sure a lot of y'all folks know what Alita is in Spanish. That is grandmother. And anyway, we call her Alita, always have, and that's what she goes by with us. But he wanted to know if I was taking him. And so I said, if I need to take you, I'll take you. So tomorrow I'll be taking Dad to the doctor, and he's going to a dermatologist, which the man has been through a lot of dermatology work. I've been through some myself, but they're going to carve on his nose again and on his arms. And I'm like, dang, Dad, you ain't going to have much of a nose left when you get, and he's 82 years old. So And I'm like, well, I'm scared to go with you because they're going to see me and wonder where I've been, and they're going to want to get me back there because they immediately they go to getting that can out where they want to freeze stuff off, and then they want to prescribe you this ointment, or I call it salve. That's but they want to give you this salve, and they tell you to rub that stuff all over you two or three times a day. And y'all know what that salve does. It takes the skin right off to the hide. And I just don't want to deal with none of that. I'm like, no, I'm all right. I'll deal with it. For me, I'll just take my knife or whatever out and start scratching and getting it off. But
practice whittling.
I'll practice whittling on the arm or the limb, this limb.
Altruistic Farmstead says it can be hard to work a lot and do YouTube and side hustles. Keep up the great work, you two. Thank you. That's so sweet. She says I'm going to be listening while I make dinner. And please don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you for all of that. That's amazing.
Thank you. And yeah, it is. I mean, of course, like for me, I always try to have a camera with me. I've always got the phones, but you get outside and where I work, it would probably, well, I know it'd be a no-no for me to go filming different stuff out. And there's some crazy crap that I would love to get on film sometimes, and some of the antics and whatnot that I see take place in the hospitals. And it's not necessarily care, it's some of the patients that come in there. I mean, and I ain't bad-mouthing, bashing nobody, but, you see quite a few odd scenes ever so often, and you're just like, good Lord, I just want to roll and shake my head like, what's wrong with you? Or most of the time, you always know and can tell when you have drug seekers coming through. And we're within a couple miles of 2 or 3 hospitals, and they don't seem to realize that a lot of these hospitals are connected. And we know, well, you just left that hospital 5 minutes ago. Now, what are you doing back over here? But they're out there trying to seek and get drugs. And God, it's crazy. Fallen Arkansas's veteran, howdy, sir. Let's see, I miss Pretty Pooch, but they're sipping and spilling. Welcome in here, folks. But yeah, it's crazy, though, just the way some of these folks that come rolling in there, and that's all they're doing is just seeking and trying to get prescribed narcotics or whatever. But like I said, if I could film some of that stuff sometime without being in a HIPAA violation, I'm sure a lot of us would be rolling. For sure. But Pretty's been doing her teaching her class this week. Actually, you had Monday off for Columbus Day.
I did. I had Monday off.
Go back to school with the little kiddos, and I saw that somebody made you a sandwich today.
I have a little who is
tried sharing her lunch.
Yes, he actually is a little boy. He's the youngest baby in my class. He's just turned 2. The rest are 2.5, almost 3, and he was fixing his
sandwich.
He was eating his sandwich, actually. JKS says, wipe my feet and hit the like button. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
But he was eating his sandwich, and then I wonder sometimes what goes through those little minds, because he brought me, half a sandwich, some of his eating sandwich, and he added a chip to it, and just brought it to me to
I was
share.
Wondering what that was sticking out of it. I was like, is that a worm or something?
It was a veggie.
It was a veggie stick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It looked funny when she sent it, and I was like, is that a worm? But yeah. And then we'll see who we get in here again. JKS, thank you for coming in here. And I did see Sid sipping and spilling, and I know you're driving, so you be careful. And I know you can't comment much, but thank you for coming in here and joining. And
2 old people on a couch.
And what a pleasure it was to follow you folks. So good night, new night for us as well. I'm usually on Thursdays, but now we're on the Wednesday. And again, a pleasure to follow you folks and to lead up to MT Homestead.
Yeah.
And Brian.
Yes.
And Possum Run earlier. So
that's right.
I don't normally get to watch all the the lives and videos myself, but when I do, especially like tonight, I was able to sit in through most of them as we prepared, ate supper and all of that, getting ready. We trying to take care of business as usual. Well, because this is a new, different night for us, but I think we'll work through it. And again, like I said, I know Crocker, Jared went live with the premiere, and I thought, good Lord, of all nights for you to pop a live up that you normally don't go on, but that's okay. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't bother me. That's just how it is. And more power to him. I'm sure I'll go watch it afterwards too.
Look there, Gary Team.
Two old people on the couch.
Gary Team Casho, Australia.
Welcome in, sir, Gary. Thank you for coming in here.
It's
nice seeing different channels, different folks coming in. And
Cindy Brown is
Cindy
here.
Brown is
Hi,
here.
Cindy.
Welcome in here too. I'll probably still try to do. I was trying to debate on the Sunday night live because I know Pretty with her No Judgment Here channel has got shows and whatever to put up as well. So we too are trying to figure out the best way to operate and run this show where she can get hers up. I can have mine up.
I'm actually working with my radio station and radio producer to. I go live Monday nights, but I go live on Facebook. I go live on internet radio with Joco Community Radio. They have us going live, but it's on their page or YouTube channel, which is totally fine, right? But I'm trying to figure out, and I think my son has helped me out with a way to, when we do go live it'll be Monday night, but you can watch it whenever. When we go live Monday night on Facebook at 7 p.m. Central Standard, that we'd also be going live Monday night on my
No Judgment Here
Facebook page.
At YouTube.
YouTube page, rather. So I'm working on her with that. She's in Mexico right now on vacation, but we'll figure out something.
Yeah.
So,
and
I may not need, I may stay with the Stick with Monday. I don't know.
Right.
It's up in the air. So.
But of course, this Wednesday night, Pretty and Pooch could always be a thing, and Pooch could still do his Sunday nights because you never know what Pooch's got to say or what he's got to get into. It could mean and come up with anything. And again, I haven't looked or checked or know who all. I do know Elaine and Piggy, and I think I even gave Cindy Brown moderation wrenches. But if you have full authority, do what you need to do and share out anybody that's in here, what y'all see fit. Just so we get out there and let other folks know about these other folks and their channels. That is quite all right.
Looky there. JKS says MT Homestead sent me. Thank you, MT Homestead.
Thank you. Yep. My channel, this channel is actually kind of got into a little growth spurt as of late. And that just kind of drives me a little bit more to try to get a little more aggressive with my viewership and all. And of course, I'm not sure what I'm at right now, 326 somewhere. But I'm sure this will push me up a little bit. And thank you, 3 Mississippi. But I'm sure this will push me up a little bit. And once to get to because I'm all about supporting other channels too. Absolutely. And trying to help them grow and get out there. Share as well. I'd like to do lives with Pretty. We do lives. We do a video occasionally. Now, I will admit I've neglected on that end a little bit because of just time. Time. I'm a full-time hospital guy, and the time is just not always there for me as much as I'd like it to be. And then I come home and, our T-shirts and shirt business is pretty demanding as well at times, but
I'm sure it is for a lot of these people.
I'm sure it is, folks out there.
It'll happen as it should. I think.
It will.
So.
It sure will. But we'll just keep chugging and growing and moving on.
And I need to go and subscribe to a lot of these channels that are here on your channel. That really does
helps.
I think helps one another, right?
It does help one another.
So I see a lot of channels here that I need to go and subscribe to.
And I got to get after it and build a chicken coop because I know Terry has got, and I asked them for it, and you may not like it because I asked Mike and Terry because they said they had a bunch of roosters. And I told them that I wanted one of their meanest, baddest roosters to bring home for you. So I got to build, and Terry says, hurry up and build your coop because I'm tired of feeding your rooster, Pooch. So get ready. I asked him, did it bite?
You're mean.
Hey, that'll be fun. And it's all about hearing that rooster crow around here. Because
hi, Linda.
We don't have any livestock or anything out here right now. So we've been out here 2 years, and we're just just now getting kind of settled in a normal routine. But we got a lot of stuff we need to do still. And I think having a chicken coop with a crow and rooster out there is not
just up your alley.
I think it's more for the dogs, actually, because the dogs are the one that really want to be the wranglers around here.
3 Mississippi says, I need to build a chicken coop also. 9 Acre Family Farms.
Welcome in, Dale. But yeah, and the chicken coop, I need to build the coop so I can send a newsreel in for Corn-Fed Life, because they're the ones that kind of issued me that task of being on a news, one of their sticks that they do with their channel, sending in a newsreel. And for some reason, Pooch got brought up as building a corn or a chicken coop.
Is that right?
Yeah. So I got to get after it. May be some looking shack looking thing that I throw together, but
just who you've been lying to.
No, they brought it up. They're the ones that said, "Hey, Pooch." They were making an example.
Oh, okay.
And somehow I was not nominated. It was just they used my name. Send us a reel of any type of news event that we'd like to share and throw in and compile with whatever they're doing. And it'd be like, you full-blown country builds a chicken coop. And I was like, oh. And then everybody was starting to say, yeah, build a chicken coop, Pooch, and send it in. So I'm like, okay.
Sweet.
I'll probably get baby to help me build that. It'd be all cattywampus.
Thank you, MT Homestead, for letting us know.
What's that?
Jared's premiere just ended.
Oh.
Let me go back up here and see what else is going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know it was about hired hand. I probably already know who it was, but when I saw that come out, I was like, well, good Lord of mercy, that's okay. And I'm sure it's good, because if I normally wouldn't be sitting here, I'd be watching it too.
Hi, Linda.
But that's cool. And I will watch it here directly myself later on tonight after I sit and see MT Homestead, which is be following us, and then Brian Vineyard Farmhouse later.
Redbird Farm is here.
And Redbird Brenda, welcome in, ma'am. So yeah, and that's just how things roll with YouTube land. You watch, you do your own, and you go watch some more. But sometimes you got to sleep too. So, because I know I get excited, especially out here. Ask baby, I'll be out here sometimes till 10:30. The other night I was out here to what? 1:30 in the morning? Was it 1? And baby texted me, what are you doing? I was talking to Brian, Vineyard Farmhouse. We were on the phone talking.
Yeah, because
FaceTiming, just chatting away.
I went to bed. It was probably like 11. And then being old, I woke up for my nightly pee. And when I looked up my
over
phone,
there,
I was like, oh my goodness.
Where's Pooch?
Where's that crazy Pooch? So I looked at my watch and saw that I saw what time it was. And so I texted him and said, where are you at?
Mm-hmm.
And he was still on the phone talking to Brian.
Well, we were FaceTiming, actually. So we were getting to chat and just chat it up because, we haven't done it in a while. I like talking with a lot of different folks. And again, I kind of felt not bad because Brian knows that I'm not a phone talker. Not with my other friends, my family, or nothing. I am just not a phone talker. But you get on a roll and Brian and I were discussing different tactics and whatnot. Just we were just talking, and so yeah, it wound up being. And this is what, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, I think.
Was it Thursday?
I think it was last Thursday. And of course, I'm usually an early to bed person too, and I'm an early to rise person. And ooh, that was rough. And I think I got in there and got to bed finally. Didn't my phone ring in the middle of the night too? Got a call from one of my facilities. So that just, I was all screwed up that next day, Friday. But it was good. And I enjoyed talking with Brian, and I enjoyed talking with a couple other folks. As anybody, actually, just being able to connect, text, whatever. But it was good. Me and Brian had a good time. And I thank Brian for stuff he's helped me do. I try to help him out in different things. So one person I've missed lately, though, and I'm sure the young man is busy, is 12 Stones. You know, he's involved in a lot of other stuff too, but I haven't seen much or heard much from him lately. So I hope he's doing okay. I'll probably text him and see. Build that coop. Boy, I got to. I think you were talking about building the chicken coop too earlier on your show. So Mama V. But yeah, I need to get that coop built, because I may have to take a little road trip up to MT and get that mean rooster for Terry. Terry's probably about ready to wring all their necks. Well, I know she is. She said something about it earlier, which is probably something I'd wind up doing. But I'm wanting to have roosters and get some hens for eggs, actually. I don't know if Pretty's all into cultivating and putting chickens in the freezer.
You mean, I thought we were just going to eat the eggs.
I was going to get them for you to butcher and put in the freezer and have Sunday fried chicken.
No, I'm not doing that. That's not, I can't.
Oh, well, but anyway, the eggs. I like that look she gave me.
Not killing any kind of chicken.
Yeah, we just need some egg laying hens out here, and a rooster, to crow, and there's a couple others around here that like to voice themselves. So there needs to be something coming from this end of the South
roosters,
40.
donkeys,
The donkeys and whatever. So yeah, but a lot of things that Pretty and I will probably try to get accomplished before this upcoming season. And another one is, over the wintertime, I'm going to be building our raised beds so we can have raised bed gardens. This land and ground out here, some of y'all have probably seen from some of my other videos, is nothing but rock. I mean, to tell you, I don't know how you could possibly till and cultivate this land out here, because it is sheer limestone and rock.
I agree, Fallen Arkansas. I can't deal with the rooster crowing. It drives me nuts as well.
Oh, I can handle the rooster crowing. I think it sounds cool, as long as he does it at proper hour of the morning.
I'm the same, Mike. There's no way I could ever butcher anything. I mean, no. Eileen says I can feed the chickens, pluck them once dispatched, cut them up, and put them in the freezer. Just don't ask me to touch a live bird of any kind. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to teach baby to do, is dispatch and pluck.
I ain't plucking nothing.
Put them in the freezer.
I'm not putting any animal. I can't.
Back road freedom.
I can't do it.
Yes, sir. Like that back road freedom, because that's one thing I like, is back roads too.
Sipping and spilling, I'll butcher all the things.
Yeah. Yeah, butchering. I don't know. I've hunted, but I've never really enjoyed hunting. Just something I didn't. Now I go along for the beer drinking, that's for sure. And then going fishing. Now I do like to fish, but yeah, going hunting, I just never could quite get into it. I don't know why, but I do like to eat quail and dove, some deer meat. Sometimes it's got to be cooked just right. That's about the only way.
So if we had chickens and roosters and all that junk, and we started naming them, giving them little pet names and stuff, you're able to go out there and wring a chicken's neck and kill it and then eat Fred?
Well, that would be your job. If
I'm
I got
not.
them,
I'm not doing that. I'm not. I can't.
yeah. That's why I was talking about doing it for you, to let you experience the
Back road freedom's
country life.
in.
I don't know if, yeah, I probably could, but I don't think it's something I want to do. I'll just go on down to the fresh local meat market and have them give me what I need. How y'all doing tonight? Full blown country. We are doing good, Back Road Freedom. Thank you, sir. And again, I like that Back Road Freedom. But yeah, I'll go to the local meat market, which we have a couple around here with fresh, local produced meats and livestock and whatever. But mainly the hens for the eggs. I think that's what we're looking after, or what I'm looking after.
Mike said there's nothing like going to deer camp. It's the best part of hunting in my mind.
Well, yeah, it would be on mine too, but for the whole other reason, hanging with the guys and having some cold snacks. And tonight I'm drinking LaCroix. I haven't popped the cold snack yet tonight because I had a big plate of tacos earlier because baby made tacos and didn't need that full-hearted Shiner box just yet. But I'm sure I'll grab one before the night's over.
I agree, Simply Jan. I know that they are a lot more healthy, but I just can't make friends with them, I guess, or be called.
Yeah, we'd be naming them all and talking for them. That's how we work around here with our pets.
He talks for
Not only do we name them, we talk with them and for them. Like these dogs.
And Kickaboo says, I grew up around all that, but the older I get, the more respect I have for all life. Same.
Yes.
I mean, I don't.
And I grew up around some of that too, but I do have respect for life as well. But I do know a lot of it is a way of life. A lot of folks were raised that way and they enjoy the sport of it. So, and I ain't got nothing wrong or nothing against it. Not at all. I mean, even when I fish nowadays, I'm catch and release. For one, cleaning fish, I don't know. Used to do it all the time, catch and cook, especially when we go crappie fishing. That was, or catfish too. But nowadays, I don't care or want, and I bass fish. So I don't care or want to clean and cook anything. I'll go buy fresh catfish out of the store. Well, I say fresh, but I will go buy it out of the store and have a fish fry before I go catch a mess and cook them up on the spot. Not for nothing, Homestead. Mm-hmm. Good evening. Welcome in here. Yeah, we got several different channels and folks in here, and we welcome all of y'all. Thanks for coming in here as well. Hopefully everybody gets accustomed to the new night because I'm representing Come On Homestead tonight. I was going to throw a shirt on, but it's just a pleasure to be sitting here at this time now, and thankful that, well, not really thankful he left it, but you know what? Brian and I worked on this for me to snag this spot because I do know Drew's lens had made mention that he wanted to get in this spot possibly, but after talking and whatnot, and Drew gave it the blessing for Pooch, full blown country. And I appreciate him doing that because I wouldn't have taken it if he was going for it. Of course, I wouldn't have had much say in it because he's way more bigger and folks than I am. But
Not for nothing says I can almost all my venison.
Can it? Huh? Interesting.
It's delicious.
Wow. I don't know that I've ever heard of canning it, but
I can.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
Wow.
I am almost all
Redbird Farm says, "Oh, I love fresh fish."
Oh yeah, crappie especially.
Eileen says, "I am blessed in that we are given fresh frozen fish. I have several packs of fish in the freezer right now." Simply Ann says, "Do not name your food. It's a humbling experience." I just can't do it. Thank you, Back Road Freedom.
Now, see, that was it. Now, I would probably I know I would. I would put a cow out here to raise, to be butchered for the meat in the freezer But
I'm thinking of it being a little pet.
and a friend.
A friend. Maybe
And
go bull riding on it, or
baby wouldn't eat none of the meat.
I know.
She's not a big beef eater anyway,
yeah,
so
I don't really eat a lot of meat.
So that would be
actually.
real hard if we had a cow out here, and
Sad.
all of a sudden
I can't do it.
it was
and then
gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
Baby's like, where'd Brutus go? He was out in the freezer.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't do it. MT Homestead says, I fillet all my fish, no gutting fish for me.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it.
And Fallen Arkansas's veteran says, I keep all catfish, but would have to have someone to clean them because my hands can't handle it. But I will cook them with no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I can do all of that with fish. It's just I just don't care to do it anymore unless
Eileen. She said if she had animals that were for butchering, she would name the chickens fried, baked, broiled, grilled, and stewed. The pigs would be bacon, sausage, pork chops, and ribs.
Just name them the name of the food that you're going to get off of them. That's right. Well, I know that's like the Crocker Jared or Jason and Danielle, their pigs breakfast. So, yeah. And it's a sweet, well, yeah. Could you see us having a pig, naming it breakfast? And then...
And then baby say, I said, what is this?
Yeah.
And baby saying, this is breakfast.
Yeah, it's breakfast. I'd probably be having to eat all of it myself.
You would. I'll go stove.
She'd probably even have I don't know, would you maybe have a problem if we were trying to collect our own eggs and bring them in?
No, that I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Okay.
Treasure Hunter says that they just ate lemon pepper trout.
Ooh, yeah. Now, I keep plenty of orange roughy and salmon in our freezer when we have fish quite a bit. And I have been thinking about catfish lately, going and getting some catfish and having a fish fry.
Linda Peterson says, I can fish northern pike. It's like salmon. Piggy says, we did chickens for a while when I was young. I had my favorites. That didn't stop my hatchet when the time came.
Sipping cinnamons.
No, I can't. I can't.
Meat.
Sipping and Spilling says, we can a lot of meat and it's the best. Shelf stable and ready to eat. Just falls about yummy when you can.
And that's all. And babe, Sipping and Spilling is also Three Mississippi.
Oh, nice.
That's their other channel that they do.
Well, very good.
Which in turn used to be Crouch Ranch, which I did meet Sid out at Shoot Dang Fest that time. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Linda says she's done all animals except for goats. Oof.
Oh, yeah. Now, see, even goats.
Goats are good eating, says Treasure Hunter. Oh, man.
Yeah. And see, half my family is Mexican family. So I've witnessed and seen a lot of us going and picking up goats and taking them to the land and then taking care of them and having cabrita and all that stuff. Menudo later. And I don't know. Has baby ever seen that or witnessed any of that?
No, sir.
No? And I think that might have been possibly what changed me back when I first experienced that, after going and picking the darn thing up ourselves. It was not hunting. It was going to someone that bred them and picking out two, putting them in the truck, bringing them home and getting them out and strung up in the tree and dispatching them.
Now, I have, with the boyfriend, I did go deer hunting a couple of times. And I did see them they shot a deer and they hung it up and then they slit open its belly and then all the stuff fell. I've seen that.
Well, these were alive when they hung them up and then took care of them. And
I think I'm going to be a vegetarian or something.
It's like, oh, man. But it was good eating afterwards. But Oh no.
Eileen says the best sausage she ever had was from Red, a friend of the family's hog that they raised. Red.
Yeah.
Catfish I have is from Walmart, and it is so good. I have it every Friday night.
Oh wow, heck yeah! See, I need to get back in that mode because baby don't even like catfish.
No,
I
mostly eat salad or fruit. Or
she likes salmon.
Mhm.
Does like salmon and orange. Well, I think you like orange roughy a little bit, but I like orange roughy fish.
I like tuna.
And yeah, but baby eats good. She is not a big beef eater, but she does eat chicken. And she doesn't really eat pork.
No, so, I don't eat pork.
And I like pork chops and all that too. But
Back Road Freedom says, I've ate a bunch of different fish in my life. It's all good to me.
Yep.
Our pigs were sausage and savory. Same thing, Jan.
Now, one thing that I haven't acquired the taste for though, and I've had it before, and that's crawfish. When you go to crawfish boils and all, I just haven't developed that.
Like it. I don't know.
And I know a lot of people do.
Pull the heads off or something, or suck them off or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, I guess
I don't.
I don't know. That's just something that has never. Now I eat the corn and the potatoes and all the other stuff out of the pot with it, but I don't know that I just can't eat the crawfish, even though I like shrimp and whatnot. But
that's sick. I mean, I'm happy that everybody else here likes all their goodies. I'm just MT Homestead Mike says top 3
crappie.
Fish I love to eat are crappie, walleye, and trout.
Yeah, I love crappie.
Back Row Freedom says I do like flatheads the best when it comes to catfish. Interesting.
Yeah, but see, I don't even go catfish fishing anymore. It's just I don't want to fool with them, and I more go bass fishing. That's the sport I like of it. And like I said, it's catch and release, put them back.
Dysfunction Junction says best beef and pork was from our feed and raised animals. I'm sure it's the best, without all the other stuff. And
if that was our way of life, we'd have no problem with it. Now, of course, we're domesticated now, I guess.
Out in the country.
Out in the country, we're domesticated.
We need to probably kind of. Oh my gosh, Eileen says she barbecues rabbit as well.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you one thing I've had, and I didn't know I was eating it, and it was good, and I'll never eat it again though. Is I was at work one time, and of course I've had deer, and actually I've only had a backstrap of deer that I thought was the best I've ever had and enjoyed it thoroughly and the most. But anyway, this other scenario was we were all at work and it was holiday time. People brought in food and we had like a banquet smorgasbord of all kinds of stuff. And this one guy brought in some meat and was proud of it. And let me tell you, he was from Arkansas, but a lot of people were tearing that stuff up. And I even tore that stuff up. But come to find out, afterwards, he was asking everybody like what he had brought. And of course, we did. And he goes, y'all ain't going to believe what it was. And when he finally told us what it was, I was like, oh, Lord, how in the world? But it was dog.
No way.
It was dog.
Oh, my gosh.
And we all,
Anybody here eating any kind of dog?
I about chucked all that stuff up, but
wow.
It was, I didn't ask nothing else. I just thought, good Lord, what in the world, dog meat? But I will say, for that one time I ate it, it was good, but I don't care or want to eat it again.
Thank you, Not For Nothing Homestead. They say congrats on the new time slot. Oh my
gosh. Yes, thank
Baby
you.
Ate a dog.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I can't. I still don't even. And dude was dead serious about it.
Was he?
He was dead serious about it. Now I've eaten horse meat too, actually.
Oh man.
Which was kind of thrown at us off the wall.
Treasure Hunter says I might get me a New York strip tomorrow. Back Road Freedom says I like largemouth and smallmouth bass as well. Look at Linda. Linda shot a 12-point buck.
Now I
That
don't
was
like
great.
eating bass. I won't eat them. I'll throw them back.
Way to go, Linda. That's awesome.
Largemouth bass fishing to me is a sport and a hobby. I don't consume that fish. I don't really care for that fish, eating it. So, rambling with the brooms. Welcome in, sir. But yeah, it's more of a sporting thing for me to catch and release. And boy, and over the years, I mean, I haven't been fishing all that much in probably four years, and even up to 4 years ago. And the only reason is due to the loss of my son. That was my fishing partner. But prior to that, I got to where I didn't even care to go to the lake to go fishing anymore. I liked going and doing pond fishing, pond hopping, pond fishing, looking on Google Maps, finding out of the way creeks, reservoirs, ponds, whatever, and I would stalk them things out and go fish them. That's just, and you talk about fun. That is fun, at least for me. I mean, I don't even own a boat anymore because it just wasn't something to get in to do. So,
Linda says she did 250 rings of bologna, putting the animal down and butchering it, mixing it, and then smoking it.
Oh, now I love smoked barbecue or smoked bologna for sure. Thick cut too, right off the smoker.
Back Road Freedom says only eat the fish you catch. It tastes better.
Yeah, well, it's fun to go fishing though. That's for sure. I like going fishing.
Elaine says I'm like all them people that think the meat comes from the grocery store. LOL, not really on. I know where meat and vegetables come from. Simply Jen says just pull the crawfish apart, Pooch, and you have mini lobsters, like mini.
Gotcha, MT. We'll see you guys soon. But yeah,
thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us. But yeah, fishing to me is more of a sport nowadays, and I don't really like eating bass or nothing like that. But
they said
I was trying to answer, but it cleared. I couldn't see what it was. Go ahead.
Oh, where?
No, let's go ahead. It's past.
Eileen said she would have chucked her cookies real fast when she would have found out she was eating dog.
Oh, golly.
And she said, is that how you got to be known as Pooch?
It might be. Come to think about it. But and the dude was serious about this. And we questioned, but that dude stood by it. And just like the horse meat that I had one time, we were at a big function with a gathering of a good amount of people, and it was fajitas. We were supposedly having fajitas. And I didn't put too much of it together because I did think the meat was kind of stringy a little bit, but I mean it was good. It was smoked and grilled outside, but it was horse meat. And I was like, well, you come off the cheap then, didn't you? Because no wonder you decided to feed everybody and have this big shindig.
Let me go through some of these comments. Piggy says that he smelled that in Tijuana once. I likely would have recognized it and wouldn't have eaten it. I'm sure it was about
probably dog.
Treasure Hunter says, I've had armadillo, but never dog or cat. Armadillo, wonder what that tastes like.
Yeah, I've never had cat that I know of.
Linda said she's had dog, cat, horse, cow, elephant, and hippo. Wouldn't. Not for nothing says, I will not eat my dog. I thought you were going to say it was gator.
Yeah, now I've eaten alligator too, which is okay. But no dog for me.
Rambling with the
brooms.
The brooms?
Oh.
I did get tricked into eating a Philippine dish that was dog. I just about bopped him in the nose.
Yeah. So at least somebody else has done that too then, because I just thought, oh my gosh, how in the world did I just eat some dog?
Gary in Australia says, I've had kangaroo.
Now there's a lot of different meats out there. You got to figure. And we're just not accustomed to a lot of that stuff.
Back Road Freedom says, I like fishing creeks. Never know what you're going to catch.
That's right, man. I love fishing creeks and ponds. And I don't like getting shot off private property sometimes, you know, where I thought I could get out there. A lot of times when I do go to those type of places, and if it's on a ranch or someone's property, I would at least ask. A lot of times if you do ask, they don't mind. But if you just help yourself and go out there, then all of a sudden some ranch hand comes rolling up on a horse or a four-wheeler and wants to know what Sam Hill you're doing. I'm just fishing. He goes, get your crap and hit the bricks. You better get after it. But yeah, I don't leave no mess or anything, because especially if there's stock tanks and you still have cattle that drink water out of it.
JB Conway says ostrich is like the leanest beef you could imagine. It's great.
Yep. You know, a lot of people raised ostrich and emu, I believe. So, I mean, there's all kinds of different meats out there. But I'm going to stick with chicken, pork, and beef.
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
fish.
I feel a little sick.
Buffalo, whatever.
Horse has more protein in it also. I couldn't.
Yeah. I mean, if I ate it again, I wouldn't want to know about it. But
Yeah.
I'm a little cautious nowadays.
Eileen says that she was tricked into eating rattlesnake. She was told it was chicken. It tasted like chicken, but once she found out, she got sick. Have you had snake?
Not that I know of. Never had snake, unless I ate some at Razoo's one time, because Razoo's usually had a pretty good collection, and that's where I've eaten alligator at.
Yeah,
so.
me too.
I probably ate some snake there. I haven't been to a Razoo's in a long time, and I'm watching David with his show yesterday, where SLR and they went to that Tulsa for that concert, and they went to Texas Day Brazil, which we know about Texas Day Brazil, and I love going there too.
Yeah, you know what? I do eat some meat there.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's chicken or sausage, and I don't really eat beef. Like
I mean, because they'll bring lamb around and you know, a little bit of all kinds of different meats on the skewer and cut it. But yeah, I love going there, and our daughter loves going there too. That's Little's favorite spot to go to is Texas Day Brazil. And I always remember, it's like I was telling David, when you go in there, go hungry. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So go on this, eat slowly, and make it last, and get as much as you can packed into that gut. Because if you go in there all starving Marvin and you just throwing down like it's famine, you ain't gonna last that long.
Linda says she had gator ribs that were barbecued, and they were lip smacking good.
Boy, some ribs sound good too. I haven't fired my smoker up in a bit. Last time I did some ribs, I think, didn't I? What, a year ago maybe?
I don't remember.
But yeah.
And Eileen says she wants to try lamb, but it's so expensive.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've eaten lamb, and actually a preacher, a pastor, Pastor Billman, we'd do and have Passover meal, and he'd have special Easter Sunday Passover. And he always prepared the meal like the Last Supper.
Yeah.
I mean, to the T. And we would sit and take part in that, as well as going through that story of Passover and lamb. And he could fix that lamb good.
It was really good.
It was really good.
He had it shredded, and I think he had smoked it all day long, and it was really good.
That was cool to get to do that. And it's sad that he doesn't do that anymore. You know, because even though you did it one year, he did it every year. But it was just a good story to hear during that time, and the fellowship with the many other folks there. It was just awesome. That was the church where Sonny was a youth pastor as well for that church.
Our son, Tristan.
Yep, Tristan.
Well, I'm so excited to be here with you, Mike, on Pooch on Wednesday night, because there are so many new channels here.
Oh my gosh,
that I need to go back and like. I mean, all of these. There's several, and so thank you guys all for coming and joining, and thanks for everybody that encouraged or shared or asked them to.
Please
hop
continue.
on over. Yeah, that would be awesome. And so lots of channels here I'm going to go and check out. Pretty
you know,
cool.
this, because like I said, my particular self and channel has actually recently kind of seen a growth, a little increase in activity. So that was even more motivating for me to actually come into this spot and to be able to just be in a good spot with some other good channels in between there, and hopefully grow, because this motivates me to actually. And I've done videos of doing shirts and whatnot. A lot of people like it, but I'm looking to really grow and get more involved in this and just learn this trade of YouTubing a little more myself. And you know, you might see a few more videos of, because a lot of people like Pretty and Pooch. I mean, and that's okay. I might have to change it, the channel name to FBC Pretty and Pooch
on Wednesday.
Well, no, just change it all together.
Oh.
I mean, because a lot of folks in the beginning called me, even though it's full blown country, a lot of folks called me or called it FBC until they caught on to Pooch. And then a lot of people call me Pooch, which that's why I always say everybody needs a friend named Pooch. And they call me Pooch. But then Pretty,
Baby asked me to come on
I
the
asked
show.
Baby to come in with me on a show on a live one time, which went over well. And for folks that don't know and where she gets Pretty, that's what I call her. I call her my Pretty, and always have. So I was like, "Hey, Pretty, why don't you come in here?" And then that caught on. So that's where Pretty and Pooch comes into play when you see a video, a tag, or thumbnail, Pretty and Pooch. So she's my Pretty, and I love my Pretty. And I'm glad that I'm glad that she came on here with it and joined me on this.
I am too, because you get to meet. It's, I mean,
oh
it's
my
fun.
gosh.
And then look at all the people that you get to meet. Look, Backroad Freedom says, "I'm happy to be here." Thank you so much.
Thank you so
much. Very nice. And I mean, to get to meet everybody here, and then to go back and be able to watch your channels as well and see what you're all about. And my channel is, again, it's called No Judgment Here with Tish Ross. So if you see me, I'm gonna check out your channels and like and follow, and so I look forward to checking everybody out, seeing what you guys are up to.
Yes, and greatly appreciate all the new people coming in here. And please pay attention to anything we throw out or I throw out. You know, leave that like and a comment, share, whatever. But stay tuned. So you never know what Pooch will throw up out there, and you never know when her and I'll go live spur of the moment either, because we do like to cut up together. And usually the fun for me is when I'm making her laugh. So,
and we're supposed to do a live pumpkin carving.
Oh yeah, we're
coming up soon. We're gonna be doing that, and then Mike's doing something with them after Halloween's over.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do something. All right. It might be New Year time or something, but yeah, I'll do something with them after the pumpkin carving. Actually, we're gonna make it a contest, because we're going to want y'all to judge whose pumpkin carving came out the best. We may get the kids in on this, so we all got a pumpkin to carve on.
That'd be fun. Yeah. We're going to do that coming up soon, because I need to add those to decorate my porch.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that, but Mike wants to videotape it.
Oh, yeah, I got to make a video of this. But again, folks, I know it's a couple minutes till MT Homestead, Mike and Terry are coming up. And what a pleasure it is for me, again, to be here and to lead up to them folks and to follow 3 Mississippi and Possum Run, and knowing Brian's going to bring up the rear, and just
so cool.
I'm just excited to be in this spot, and I appreciate every single one of you folks, and hopefully I see you folks again. Remember, everybody needs a friend named Pooch, and they call me Pooch.
And I'm Pretty.
No.
What am I supposed to say?
Everybody loves a Pretty.
Oh, I can't say that.
Everybody loves a Pretty. And she's pretty.
Well, it was nice meeting all of you guys. Thank you for joining. Don't forget, we're going to go and hop on to MT Homestead. They are coming on in 1 minute. So we're going to go and check out their channel and see what's going on there. And it was nice to meet you as well, Backroad Freedom. And hopefully we'll get to see you again.
Fallen Arkansas veterans.
Yes.
And Elaine.
And Elaine.
Moderators, thank y'all.
Yes.
I'm
you
watching
so
on StreamYard. I don't know
much.
what all went on really, but I'm sure y'all did well, and thank y'all.
Yes, we so appreciate you guys. So you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week, maybe Sunday for Pooch, but definitely see you folks again, and I'll be chiming in on y'all's spots as well. Thank you, folks. I really appreciate it.
Too.
Have a good night.
Good night.